Welcome back to the deep dive. Last time, we were right there with Dante and Virgil on the shore of Purgatory.
Yeah, that arrival scene, the souls singing, there was this sense of almost relief, liberation, maybe.
Definitely liberation. A really powerful image to start this journey of redemption, moving away from sin.
It sets a completely different tone from the Inferno,
And
doesn't it?
yes,
Hope, upward movement.
exactly. And that's where we're picking up today in Canto 3, looking for, lessons for our own lives from Dante's journey.
And right away, they hit a snag, a big one.
Oh yeah, this huge rock face,
Yeah.
just sheer. Dante describes it as basically impossible to climb.
Right. And you immediately think, well, that's relatable.
Totally. Those moments in life where you just feel completely stuck, like there's no way forward, that's the feeling.
Precisely. But what's interesting is they don't just give up. They start looking around, searching for another way up, maybe an easier path.
So the lesson there is maybe about flexibility, not just hitting your head against the wall, but looking for alternatives.
I think so. Creative problem solving when facing your own, vertical climbs.
Then they come across these souls moving really slowly.
Ah, yes, the excommunicated. These are folks who were formally cast out by the church but managed a last-minute repentance, sincere repentance.
But they can't just start climbing purgatory proper yet.
No, there's a waiting period. They have to wait in this sort of outer area Ante-Purgatory for 30 times the length of their excommunication.
30 times.
That's a long time.
It is. It really underlines the idea that even when forgiveness is granted, real change, that deep transformation, it often takes time. It's a process, needs patience.
Right. It's not just flicking a switch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And among this group, Dante spots someone he recognizes,
Manfred.
Manfred. Now, he's a fascinating character, king of Sicily.
Illegitimate son, which adds another layer. But yes, royalty. And Dante describes him vividly, handsome, blonde, noble.
And that detail about the cut on his eyebrow, it's such a specific, humanizing detail.
It really is. He died in battle, excommunicated by the church. But like the others here, he repented at the very end.
So even that official judgment, excommunication, couldn't block divine mercy.
That seems to be the point. It connects right back to Canto 2 and the idea of grace. If the repentance is genuine, truly from the heart, then even something as serious as excommunication doesn't seal your fate eternally. Earthly judgments have limits.
Wow. And then he asks Dante for a favor.
Yes, he asks Dante to find his daughter, Constance, back in the world.
To tell her he's saved, right? Because people thought he was damned.
Exactly. He wants the true story known. Correct the narrative. It brings up this whole theme of memory, historical truth, and how stories shape our understanding of people and events.
It makes you think about the narratives we accept, doesn't it?
Yeah.
About others, maybe even about ourselves.
It really does, questioning those dominant stories. And then there's that grim detail about what happened to his body on Earth.
Oh, right. Buried, but then dug up and scattered by a bishop acting on papal orders. Just seems incredibly spiteful.
It certainly does. But Dante makes it clear this act, however vindictive, had zero impact on Manfred's actual soul or his place in purgatory.
So another example of the limits of human power compared to divine judgment.
A very stark one. Earthly authority can desecrate a body, but it can't touch the soul's ultimate reality or overturn God's mercy. It's quite humbling.
Okay, so pulling these threads together from Canto 3,
Right.
what are the big takeaways for our own journeys?
Well, first, Manfred's story screams that sincere repentance matters profoundly. It's truly never too late for a genuine change of heart.
Right. And the limits of human power, earthly judgments, aren't the final word.
Definitely. Also, the importance of memory and truth being critical of the stories we're told.
And the waiting period for those souls.
Yeah,
That speaks to patience, right? Growth takes time.
absolutely. Transformation is an instant. And maybe one more thing, Virgil, Dante's guide, he's a bit unsure here too, needing directions. It reminds us to be humble, to accept that we don't always have all the answers.
So even when things look impossible, like that cliff face, and even when we're dealing with past judgments or mistakes, the journey itself, the intention to change and grow, that's what holds real weight.
Beautifully put. The sincere effort, the process of transformation that has profound significance regardless of delays or what others might think.
This was really insightful. Canto 3 gives us a lot to chew on.
It certainly does. The journey up the mountain is just beginning.
Well, join us next time as we continue climbing through purgatory, finding more wisdom for our own paths. This has been our 37th deep dive together.
Looking forward to the next one. Thanks for joining us.